Привіт!
With countless tasks and looming deadlines, it's easy to let life slip by in a blur of roads and video calls, leaving little time for what truly matters. But now you can share your most cherished words anytime, anywhere, because love eliminates distance with just a few clicks.
Так.
Online marriage. Prove your love even when you are hundreds of miles apart.
Dia Digital Signature is a secure signature on your smartphone. To generate a Dia Digital Signature, simply open Dia application and click on Dia Digital Signature menu and blink your eyes. The image of your face is then verified with the photo in the database. Using such digital signature, people are able to sign contracts and open bank accounts online. The application is storing all signing history. Your digital signature is simply in your pocket. eAid, government payments in Dia app. The Ministry of Digital Transformation has completely changed the approach to social assistance. People were able to send in their applications in a few clicks on Dia app. Their information was taken from databases, and the system determined their eligibility for these services. As a result, they only needed to verify their data on Dia and choose the account. Payments were released on special cards. This was the largest online social service in the history of Ukraine. We managed to simplify and speed up the process for people as much as possible. This service is expanding. When the war began, it started being available to Ukrainians who had to move away from hostile territories. In the future, all social assistance Ukrainians will receive through eAid.
Ukrainian creation, the state in a smartphone. Here we're not afraid of reforms. We are transforming. The digitization's heart is beating. Here we have breakthroughs, even if it's impossible. Here we are writing the new history. This is a new trajectory. Here the state and me. Here is Dia. Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you in this venue. We welcome everyone who has been joining us through the live feed in the largest event of the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, Dia Summit. This is a specially created format to present the new and updated digital services every half a year. The state in the smartphone has become the new normal in Ukraine, and the entire world is watching and is closely watching our innovations and technologies. We are shortening the queues in administrative establishments and creating new services to facilitate the lives of Ukrainians. This is what Dia is for, and Dia is making the life of everyday Ukrainians simpler and more comfortable. To open Dia Summit, we are proud to invite Mr. Volodymyr Zelensky, the President of Ukraine. Good morning, everybody. There's so many of you. It brings me so much joy to see you here, ladies and gentlemen.
Ukraine's backing of militants in West Africa is plain for all to see. That's the message from the Malian Air Force Chief of Staff speaking to RT.
First, when we fight on the battlefield and see troops in front of us that are incompatible with those that we are used to seeing, the difference is noticeable. Secondly, Ukraine openly declares its participation in these hostilities in front of the whole world. Who needs other evidence than the statements by military officials who claim responsibility for the attacks? When a country is at war, there are military actions. Mali is currently at war, a war against international terrorism. Mali is fighting a coalition of various armed terrorist groups, and these armed terrorist groups do not live in a vacuum. They receive support not only within Mali, but also outside of it. We are talking about financial, logistical, and combat support. The recent scandal was initiated by a sovereign state that officially announced in the media that it wanted to harm the Malian armed forces. This is unacceptable. It is important to understand that the armed forces of Mali have always taken an exclusively defensive position. Mali has never threatened anyone and has not posed a danger to any country in the world. We protect our interests, sovereignty, territory, and people, and do not interfere in the internal security affairs of other countries. In return, we expect that other countries will also respect our sovereignty, our right to self-defense, to protect our territory and people, and will not interfere in our internal affairs. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have been fighting for a very long time against the same armed terrorist groups that are trying to destabilize the situation in the country, using logistical and financial support from outside. But now the armies of the countries are prepared to counter these threats.